Good morning. I'm out here in this cold ass weather for y'all. This is viewer advised, entertainment purpose only. If I'm saying it correctly. But welcome. And thank you for those who are new that has subscribe. I much appreciate you. Those who haven't, make sure you do. Stay tuned. More to come. So today's topic is about Joe Biden and Donald Trump timeline. I guess why they had to be switched, or like what made them of their timeline to exist within our timeline. And it's gonna be a little bit wild, but stay tuned and comprehend as much information as much as possible. Not every information that you are given is received or taken enlightenment of. It's sometimes more form of a release for me than you to gain. So when I am releasing, you're gaining, and when you're gaining, I am also reciprocating. So it's like, I always say the universe is like a boomerang. It bounces back to you. What goes in, what's come out, what's in light is also in darkness. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this live, but I do the best of my ability for me to channel whatever information I have pre-existed from the cosmic records, because some of my information is either from the night before or the day before that I thought about these thoughts. Then I know that within my subconscious I somewhat shifted a timeline. So this is what today's topic is about. It's about how they shifted your timeline. Did they match it with their vibration of their frequency, or did the frequency match with their vibration and call it a prophecy? What you call the prophecy is something that is not has of yet written, but only been seen in the minds within like a higher frequency when seeing it. In order to see these frequencies and these vibration of these dimensions between Joe Biden and Trump, one has to tend to be higher and one has to be lower. One has to be in realm and one has to be not of realm, out of realm, out of source. Meaning Trump has to be the source and Joe Biden has to be the vessel for the source. So Joe and Trump play a very specific role of good versus evil, but neither do both of them know that they are a consult or something of source. They are like a binary or byproduct vision that's been envisioned by God himself to place these two beings to show you what his source is like, who to believe in and how to believe in. These are not your like average everyday leaders. One is playing a role at night, and one is playing a role in the morning, and one is playing a role in the evening. And who gets the evening? Kamala. The reason why Kamala gets the evening, because she is the Eve of the Adam, who is the serpent. So Adam is Joe, which Joe gets open. And you know who Trump is. Trump is the serpent of Eve. But Adam, aka Joe, had to envision Kamala in the White House president. But the thing is, Joe was lacking what you call intuition, which only a woman can have. And most men who are not of, like, melanin or melanin within can't grasp the attention of other beings who are of different color. He's only going to attract his kind. So why they put Donald in front of Joe, or in front of Adam, in front of Eve? Because the serpent does not imagine itself of what it should look like. It lets the people imagine what the serpent looked like. He, Donald Trump, only gets to carry the creation of what he created through his manifestation of why he's even the principal. I mean, not the principal. Well, yeah, principal, and it's politician. It's coding. You have to understand how these politicians move within their own chessboard of their own game, because they're not following exactly the Sky Daddy Matrix rules. Their Sky Daddy that they envision for them to, maneuver around their own sins. Because when they maneuver around their own sins, they're able to hack into other people's mind and create a movement. Please give me a shout out to my friend Zach. He loves your energy and it would make his day. What's up, Zach? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you, honestly. So when they have these people that knows how to move inside and outside of time, welcome in. They know how to manipulate one's frequency, whether that is their own, and they become their own god by imagining which god is in which timeline that they are in now. Oh, welcome on in from Nigeria. Yes, welcome. Make sure you give that a like. That is so awesome. Either one is traveling within their own frequency, and then one is traveling into a different frequency that is not in of their source. They're kind of like pushing the boundaries of the timeline of the frequency that is with here, within this three-dimensional plane that we exist now through our mind's eye. But the thing is, we did not create the system. The system created itself so that it can hack into different types of program up within itself and be the ultimate omega, the supreme god of Sky Daddy. Where am I from? I'm from Mississippi, but I lived in Atlanta, Georgia all my life, but I moved to New York City. So yeah, that is my timeline. Thank you so much. I try. Even though I slept on a night makeup. I slept on this. I just woke up like this. I just decided to wake up. But anyway, we know that Joe and Donald Trump is on a different timeline, but within the same realm, operating with a different realm inside of Source. Bear with me here. That shit is so hard to explain, meaning one has two different types of sources and one might have the same similarity of source, but one is using its power in a different format. So one could be asleep and one could be awake. In this case, Joel Olden has to be asleep because he is the Sandman who has to move through time in order to move the time of the Matrix of Sky Daddy. Because you know why? Well, Sky Daddy put him through a test of trying to understand Kamala, the Kapal, serpent of the woman, for her to rise above her egg, which is why New York symbolizes New York, which is the York. And she's wrapping around her tail to the tip of the end of the earth, which will make it quake. But she wasn't as powerful enough because one of her male ancestors failed her. How I know that one of her ancestors failed her is because she chose the opposite direction of the movement of what that male ancestor had for the blueprint. Because not only that, because she was following the same order that Obama was following as well. And when Obama came into office and started all that stuff, and then he created Obamacare, that was for Kamala's key to enter into the White House to either break or fix. And she was very unbalanced, very serpent-like, but more like a reptilian, like more than an angelic form. She was playing between good versus evil, but she ended up being a prostitute anyway, between both good and evil, selling herself, marketing herself, but then she did not market her brand correctly, so therefore her brand has fallen. When you don't market yourself correctly versus as above, so below, and go within and go without, who you are on the inside and who you are without these people that you create within your imaginary mind versus the reality that you're seeing. Who are you really on the inside without none of the shadows you have created? Who are you, Kamala? Who are you, Joe? Who are you, Donald? Without any of these people backing up and cheering you on that you got the answers from God, you got the answers from Source. Do you really truly have the fucking answers to what this blueprint is? Because half of us are living on this planet separated between good versus evil. Why is that the agenda? Why can't we not choose nobility? Why can't we not choose thyself at the end of the day when it comes to only us relying on us versus the system? And when the system fails and we fail with the system, there is no such thing as this 3D dimensional plane. We're all in the fucking 4-dimensional realm at the end of the fucking day, trying to rise above the 9th dimension. Yeah. There was a lot of channeling. I had to like, sorry.
I feel like they got motion because they got a nice crib, but they got a big crib and shit. But the thing is, those the ones who ain't never got no food in their crib either though.
I'm channeling him too. Anyway, I knew he was coming. From Canada, welcome on in from Canada. You're very attractive. Happy Friday. Thank you. Happy Friday. It's Venus Day. Venus on Venus. Taurus on Taurus. Come on now. Now y'all know why I came online. But for me, it's still like Trump. Yeah, it's okay. I don't care who you like. At the end of the day, you're going to decide, why did I choose that person? Now you're going to look deep within and be like, oh shit, now I know why I chose Trump. Now I know why I chose Trump at that particular timeline and frame. Because they're both operating on different frequencies, different point of views of reality. One is listening to a different type of source, and who knows who they truly believe in and where they're dragging us to. But at the same time, we're all witnessing this in the 3-dimensional plane together, simultaneously. We're tuning into their bullshit and making it of a reality. And then what's happening is some parts of the timeline is not equaling up to the vision because they're getting mad. Because they keep fucking up other people's timelines trying to get to a gateway that they fucking think is the fucking full answer to their timeline existence. And I keep telling them, No, the fuck it ain't. You are your own answer to your own frequency. Tap the fuck in.
That's really what it means.
And when you tap in, there are things within inside of you and outside of you tuning into the same fucking frequency that you are feeling, trying to harvest it, gather it, whatever the fuck they want to do to it, to their own type of future. Because you have no clue of what it's like on the other side when you tap into the same motherfucking frequency and you're able to vibrate on a different type of level. Who are you within those frequencies? Are you God? Are you the devil when you're in these timelines? Are you good? Are you evil within these frequencies when you are using it? Are you wishful thinking? Are you ungrateful at the same motherfucking time trying to vibrate high at a low frequency? Tell me now, how can both timelines exist without one another? Good had to exist without the bad, and bad had to exist without the good. Therefore, Joe had to exist to have a Kamala, which it was a Camille, Kamala, whatever the fuck, Kuna, whatever the fuck you want to name her. And then Donald had Hillary Clinton, Follow the motherfucking frequencies. It's all nothing but numerology and planetary numbers. Yep. Yes, thank you so much for this point. You're welcome. I had to yell at my spirit to get it out. So we're both abusing each other spiritually, so it's okay. You're learning and receiving at the same time. As I'm bullying myself on the inside and not letting y'all project none of this shit onto me while I'm releasing it somewhere else. That's transmuting energy. Oh my god. But yeah. That makes me just like, what the fuck? What the shithead? Anyway, you will get my personality in the future, more of the near future, most definitely. When you imagine me in my apartment. I can't wait for those videos to come back that I used to do. It's gonna be a lot more scarier, more dark. But then it's gonna enlighten you at the end. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe. Or fire truck. The fire department. And it had 1111. Yeah, that is weird. It had the number 1111. What do you want to learn? Just learn by reality. Learn by observing. Because the more you just sit still and not let spirit talk or let your ego get eager, you can see a lot of shit. And when you don't get eager, you get more into your imagination, which becomes spirit, and spirit makes the things impossible, if it makes sense. I don't fucking know. But yeah. Can you see me more? Sure. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button to see me more. And you'll know when I go live every day. And I do accept the donations. My donation is my Cash App at thefollowerlavender. If you want to send me some donation. I am motherfucking poor. I would love to be rich because it's my divine birthright. It is my divine birthright. I have the right to say that. To be rich, to flourish, and to prosper. But happy Venus and Taurus Day. It's gonna be an interesting night. It's been an interesting day. I hope you enjoy. when the moon is in Taurus. It's a lot of grounding, so be grounded. Learn to stay still. But yeah. So now we know why Donald Trump and Joe Biden's timeline has been switched. And not only their timeline is switched, you and me and others and celebrities, other leads timeline has been switched as well. But you know what's funny? The Matrix is like, oh, you don't know what timeline you're in. You don't know what frequency you're vibrating from. And I'm like, bitch, yes the fuck I do. And then it bounced back the same frequency, and then it lets me know what timeline I am from or heading to. Sometimes from and in between and beyond. But when it gets too much beyond, I get too much overstimulated by processing my own Akasha records, not knowing I'm not my only self in my own timeline. I know there's other versions of me in different timelines experiencing the same event, and then other people's timeline experiencing the same event with me. It's fucking weird. I can't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand why it has to be in that particular order. But what happens when Joe steps out of his timeline and Donald steps out of his timeline? Donald steps into Joe's timeline and Joe steps into Donald's timeline. Therefore, you get Kamala timeline. Her timeline starts to fucking exist. Like, she becomes president because of Joe. He becomes president. Joe and Joe without Kamala and Trump without Hillary. However the fuck you say her name, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time saying that white lady's name. I'm so sorry. But anyway, yeah, her, the white lady with Donald Trump. And then they all switched timelines where Hillary was Kamala, which Hillary would be president, which I feel like she would make a better president as a female, to be honest, is Hillary. But I have no shit in saying this. Don't buy what I say. Because you'll see anyway. When they're all switching timelines, something happens to the frequency of all timelines. They either create a new version of themselves in each timeline, which they get to experience the same timeline over and over if they fuck up in their own timeline that they're originally created in. They can keep looping themselves over and over, duplicating. Just like how we can. Just like how our ancestors can. Because my ancestors showed me this. That's how we are reincarnated over and over. I asked my ancestors, how are we reincarnated? Well, they showed me how it's reincarnated. They couldn't tell me. They don't never speak. They actually showed me within my third mind eye. And then somehow I imagine what it would be like if they was able to speak. So then therefore I give them a voice to speak. So therefore I lighten their chakras. I lighten their throat chakra. Is now inflamed with blue. Just do the math of how to get to blue, how to get to the throat chakra. Sometimes it's level for us to enlighten for a reason. So when we're in our low frequency, Joe is the low frequency. Joe is the shadow version of Donald Trump, the sleeping version of Donald Trump. Joe has to be asleep in order to be in the astral realm to keep visualizing Donald's outcome. And Donald, all he could see is him winning, no matter who eyes or who mind of eyes he looked into, he always saw himself winning. That's how he was able to manifest himself as president, because no matter who eyes he saw, he just saw himself winning. He was able to accomplish, to complete each realm that he lived in within somebody else's mind, subconscious, the unconscious, because one person was unconscious every time he was around him, around Donald Trump. They stay asleep because Donald Trump is the, you know, the man of the hour. The man of the hour is not Antichrist-like. No. He's nowhere near of shining a light of the Antichrist system. He might have a little bit of Nephilim and Draconian vibes to him because he was from a different dimension than this dimension. Meaning his family came from a different place of source of dimension. So where some of us are not able to vibrate or understand what he's like, what the fuck he does. Just like Kim Kardashian. Northwest said, I don't know what my mom does, and I said, I totally agree. I don't know what the fuck she does. She's just here for a reason, and that is all. But we all know why Donald Trump is here for a reason, and what he's here to do is fulfill the prophecy of the vision. What vision? Your vision. The one you see within your mind's eye. Brought to you by Horizon. Welcome to the Order of Peace. I hope y'all catch that. I hope y'all catch what I said. If not, just play it back. Make sure you subscribe to keep playing it back. And share some clips if you like. Do whatever. But yeah. But anyway, I hope y'all like this little skit or like this video, whatever the fuck. And make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. My Cash App is thefollowerlavender. It's underneath the video. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Bye.